About 2.5 years ago, we got two of these Smittybilt X20 Gen2 winches, one for my Wrangler and one for my wife's. And from day one, my wife's Wrangler was a little harder to get her winch into the free spool. So it did move originally, but as time progressed, it slowly got jammed up. And now it's at a point that I pretty much have to hit it with a mallet to even get it to move a little bit, which is totally wrong. Mine still moves fine. So what I did is I reached out to Smitty. They were super easy to deal with, and they ended up sending over a replacement clutch assembly. So that was really nice, including a few extra parts. My only concern is I'm not sure if this is supposed to be cracked. I'll know when I pull apart the old one. And it's relatively simple to do because there's two mounting bolts at the bottom flange, and there's two at the top. So it should be pretty straightforward. I might have enough room in here to do it without removing the bumper. If not, I'll have to take the bumper off. I definitely have to unspool the cable because I've got a lot of cable that's going to be pushed against and it's going to want to fall off. And I'll also loosen the two bolts on this side just so that it's easier to move things into place. So this is actually going to be our second warranty claim. The first one on mine, I lost the switch. I think it was probably with a snow brush. It got caught and got ripped out. Either way, they were super easy to deal with. My only real lesson learned with these winches since we've had them is if you're going to use both at the same time, you absolutely need the cable.
Is mine even working?
And the reason for that is they tend to jam up when you use two of the wireless remotes together. They'll work one after the other, but not both at the same time. So thankfully, we always keep our cable in the vehicle. And also, it's happened once where I've forgotten my controller at home. That was the vehicle that was closest to the stuck vehicle. So having the cable on hand allowed us to still do the recovery with the other remote. So what I did is I ended up coiling or unwinding the winch cable into a bucket. Crazy me, there is a drum so the cable wouldn't have slid off, but it's definitely going to be a lot easier with less weight on the drum to realign everything. So I'm down to about one spool of cable on the drum. So I've got to remove at least the two bolts on this side at the bottom. It looks like 5/8 is the size, and I'm going to loosen the two on the other side just so that it's easier to lift it up and down. So I've got the bolts at the bottom loosened. Let's see. So 6mm Allen key, definitely not super tight, which is going to be important when it's time to put this back together. They're just in there nice and snug. Don't want to crack anything when we put this back together. So I was able to easily crack them loose, and now I'm just threading them out. Once you start taking the two bolts down at the bottom, that you remember that there's some lock nuts down there. You don't want them to fall somewhere and have to hunt for them. So just be very careful. So there's a rod down the middle. You just want to make sure that it stays ideally stays inside. Mine slipped out, so now I got to find out how to push it back into the winch end, so that hopefully I can then pull out this clutch assembly. So there's the rod in question. That may be the part that determines whether or not I can do this without removing the bumper. So what I'm going to do instead of removing the bumper is I will remove the bolts on the other side so I can slide the whole winch towards the passenger side. Hopefully that'll give me just enough wiggle room to be able to get this out. So that's out. Let's see if I can pull out. There we go. That'll work too. That'll give me the extra room I need. It's a snug fit. So depending on the condition of your grill, you may want to be a bit more gentle than that. So you should have two of these kicking around now. Bingo. And then there's also two more on the other side that are floating around. So now is a good time to take out the shop vac and clean out a little bit of that crud before I keep going. As you're putting together the gaskets, just pay attention to the old one and then start moving over the pins from one case to the other. So to get this one to fit, I used a file to remove all the rust, and now it'll slide into place. I still have one left that's jammed in there. So instead of breaking anything, I'm just going to get it a little bit of heat, and hopefully that'll warm up the casing, and then I'll hopefully be able to pull it out. Nothing. Haha! After a little bit more heat, starts turning around, and hopefully it'll work its way out now. There, it's out. Just gotta be careful not to touch it with my finger because it's gotta be pretty hot. So now I've got the 4 pins installed. Now it's time to sneak this back into the Jeep. So the important thing, again, is make sure that the grommet is installed the right way. Again, just double check versus the original. And there is an alignment pin, so it's pretty much foolproof getting the plastic inserted into place. So now I can start the reassembly. I'll give this a quick wipe down just to try to get any dirt off the drum before I slide in the new part. I've dropped the 2 nuts in there. Hopefully they'll stay in place as I put it in. And I think, actually, yeah, I have more clearance if I drop it in like this. And hopefully I have just enough space there I can spin it around. That was easier on the grill. And now I gotta feed this back in. So this is the part that was in the clutch assembly. I remember just because of how greasy it is. I'll try not to remove too much of that grease. Something tells me it needs it to be able to move things around. Now the fun is just realigning things so that I can sneak it back in. Now the fun is finding where it has to go at the other end, and also the right rotation there. That feels like it's in something. So soon enough, the drum is going to have, there's teeth. It's going to either mesh or not with the splines within the clutch assembly. So I may have to wiggle it around. So we'll see soon enough. And I can see that I've lost at least one of the 2 nuts. So I'm going to pause, slide it back in, try this again. Look at that, it almost looks like it wants to be in a system again. So now I can feed these back in. 6mm fastener. So things should just glide into place. If you have to force it, that means something's missed out of alignment or not sitting correctly. So just worst case, you may have to turn the clutch assembly to make things line up. Patience is key so nothing breaks. And now I'm just going to do a little bit of tightening. And remember, these weren't super tight when I took it apart, so I'm not going to have to go too tight to put it back together. Unfortunately, the service manual doesn't have a torque spec here, so it's going to be by feel. That feels right. So I'm just going to reposition it. And now, look at that. I can actually turn the handle. Wowee. So before I go any further, I will do a quick test with the engine just to make sure that everything is working. So this is on. It's going to be relatively short use, so I'll use the battery. Sounds as it should. So now it's going to be a question of reinstalling the 4 bolts that hold it to the plate and torquing those down. So I tightened the 4 bolts underneath the vehicle, 45 foot-pounds with a little bit of blue Loctite. I just want to make sure that the fasteners stay in place. A lot of people tend to over-torque them, and then they're surprised when things shear off on a trail. So now all I have to do is reinstall my underside skid plate. I'll add a little bit of a spool-up video after this. So as you notice, the driveway angle is just the right amount to put the right amount of tension on the cable with the vehicle load on it. So now it's nicely coiled up, ready for the next use. And the best part now, this handle moves freely. So I won't go all the way to the free spool because I definitely don't want to lose any tension. So good luck with your replacement. Thanks for watching.